Okay, so in this video, in this chapter, the concept is to take primitive geometry and create some not so primitive parts. So for this one, I chose to do exercise number 6, and so I'm going to go ahead and start my part. I'm going to turn my planes on temporarily and place a sketch on the top plane. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn my planes back off and start with a primitive shape of just a rectangle, and I'm going to smart dimension that to be my overall size of 4.5, and my overall width of 3. Now, I want to go ahead and I want to fully constrain this. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line from midpoint to midpoint, make that line for construction, and then I'm going to select my line and the origin and go midpoint. At this point, that's my primitive shape that I'm going to start with. So I exit the sketch, go to Features, and I'm going to extrude the distance of 0.75. And so I'm going to go ahead and click the green check mark. Hit that to kind of center it up on the screen a little bit. Next, I'm going to do an extrude boss base, but I want to draw on that face right there. And so I'm going to right click, go normal to. And now I'm going to draw another primitive shape from that point. Just kind of up there like that. And then I'm going to set that point and that point coincident. Now I need my overall height, so I'm going to smart dimension to the height and come down to the very bottom and set that height at 2.5. At this point, I'm done with this step, so exit the sketch, and this is going the wrong way, so I'll drag it over this direction, and it needs to be 0.75. and green check mark. Now, if I turn that isometric, it's starting to take shape, but now I want to start making my cuts. So now I'm going to cut extrude. I'm going to draw on this face first. Go normal to. I'm going to draw a triangle like so. And then I need to dimension that distance is 1, and the other dimension that they give us is from this edge to that point, and that is 2 inches. So now go ahead and exit the sketch. I'm going to go ahead and turn that, whoops, there we go. And I want to go ahead and go through all and make the cut. Next, I'm going to draw on this surface, normal to, choose my rectangle, and just draw a rectangle there. I'm going to draw a construction line like so, because what I want to do is I want to go from the origin and that construction line, make it coincident so that my cut is centered on the part. So now I set my smart dimension from here to the first edge. They actually give us in the book this side, but because it's symmetrical, I can do it to either side. And that is 0.5 inches. And then I need this distance, which they give us is 1.5. The other way that I could have dimensioned this size would be I could have gave the opening, and because I have it centered on the part, it would have done the same thing. So, done with that step, and now I want to make the cut through all, green check mark. Last thing I need to do, make my extruded cut on this surface. Go normal to, and draw a circle. And this one we can do just a little bit different. I can pick the center point, I can pick the origin, and I can set those horizontal. And that will center my circle on my part. So now I need, I need a dimension from here to the center, which they give us as, looks like 2.67. And then we need our diameter, which is 0.75. That concludes this portion, so I can now exit, turn that, and go through all, green check mark, and now I have my part. We have a lot of steps for this part, but we used primitive geometry to create the part. So now I'm going to do a save, and just like before, going to save this as my last name dot first name. This is Chapter 3, Exercise 6, and save. And now my part is ready for submission.